Hello everyone, my name is Cameron from Cameron's Travel Adventures, and today I'm going to be going through my foreign money collection and old money collection. So if you want to see what's in the box, just stick around. Before we get into the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts, and I would greatly appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button. So let's get right into the video. I'm about to open up the box so you can get a good look at everything that's in here. So here's what the first looks look like when you first open up the box. This first row is where I keep all of my coins that I plan on spending or saving. So I won't be talking about those, but I will be talking about the coins and bills that are on the top row and the coins and bills that are under the tray, as you can see there. So I'm about to change the angle of the camera so that way you can get a better look at all the money. So here's the Canadian penny from the front with Elizabeth II on the front. Here's the penny from the back, and as you can see, it was minted in 1988. So now we're going to move on to the nickel. So here's the nickel from the front, and here's the nickel from the back. Now we're going to move on to the dime. So here's the dime, and here it is from the back. Here's the quarter from the front, and then here it is from the back. And here's the loonie, but in US money this would be called a dollar coin, and yes, this really is called the loonie. And here's the loonie from the back with the Canadian leaf. So as you can see, that is worth $1 in Canadian money. Now we have the toonie from the front, and here's the toonie from the back. The toonie is worth $2 in Canadian money. So that is all the Canadian coins. So now I'm about to move on to the bills. So as you can see here, we have the $5 note from the front, and then here's the $5 note from the back. Next up we have the $10 note, and here's the $10 note from the back. And then we have the $20 note, the $20 note from the front, and here it is from the back. And now we're moving on to the $50 note. So here's the 50. Here it is from the back. Unfortunately, this is the only bill that has a tear in it, which is right there. And last but not least, we have the $100 note. And here it is from the back. So that is all the Canadian money that I own, and that is every coin and bill from the Canadian money. So I'm really happy that I got all that during my trip to Canada. So now I'm about to see what else I can find in my collection to show. Alright everyone, the next currency that I picked was the euros. So the first coin that I picked up was the 1 cent euro, and here it is from the front, and then here it is from the back. Next up we have the 5 cent euro from the front. Here it is from the back. And now here's the 10 cent euro. Here it is from the front. And here it is from the back with the Brandenburg Gate on it. And then the last coin that I own from the euros is the 50-cent coin. And here it is from the front. And then here it is from the back. And the one and only bill that I own in euros is the 10 euro note. And here's that one from the front with the flag of the European Union right there. And then here it is from the back. So that is all the euros that I own. And now I'm about to move on to a different currency. So the next currency that we're moving on to is the Netherlands Antilles guilders. I hope my pronunciation was correct. But the first coin that we're going to start out with is the 5-cent coin. But I'm not sure which side is the front or back, so here's one side. And then here's the other side of the coin. The next coin is the 10-cent coin. So here's one side. The next coin that I'm going to show is the 25-cent coin. So here's one side. And there's the other. Here's our first gold coin from this currency. And this coin is worth 1 Netherlands Antilles guilder, which even says it on the back. And this is the last coin that I own, and this coin is worth 5 Netherlands Antilles guilders. So that is the last of the coins, and now I'm about to show you the one and only bill that I have, and that is the 10 Netherlands Antilles guilders. And as you can see right there, that looks like a hummingbird on the front. And then here's the back. I forgot to mention, you can also see that the money is written in Dutch, so I thought that was pretty cool. So now it's time to move on to the next currency. And the last currency I've got is the French Polynesian franc. So let's see what I got. So the first coin that I'm going to show you from the French Polynesian franc is the coin that's worth 5 francs. So as you can see, there's one side of the coin. Here's the other side. And that appears to be in French. So now the next coin that we're going to look at is this one. And this one is worth 10 francs. And here's the other side of the coin. And I think that's a pretty cool picture on this side of the coin. I just thought that was really cool. The next coin we're going to look at is the 50 franc coin. So there's one side. And then here's the other side. And then the last coin I've got is this one, which is the 100 franc coin. And then here it is from the other side. And then the one and only bill that I have in French Polynesian franc is the 500 franc note. And here's one side. And then here's the other side. And I think this is the last currency I own, and I only own one coin. This coin is from the Netherlands. And here's the front of the coin. And then here's the back of the coin. And it says it was minted in 1941. That year makes me wonder if this coin was made in a different territory, because in 1941 Nazi Germany had occupied the Netherlands. So I thought this was an interesting coin. So that is all the currencies that I have. So now I'm about to move on to my older coins. So the French Polynesian franc was not the last currency. I forgot to show this bill from Zimbabwe, which is apparently $50 million in Zimbabwe. So as you can see, there's one side. And then here's the other side of the bill. Now that is my last bill. Now I'm about to show you my old money in US currency. The first coin that I picked up from my old money collection was this 1944 wheat penny. So there's the front of it with Abraham Lincoln on it. And then here it is from the back, and it says 1 cent, United States of America. I own 13 of those, and now I'm about to move on to another coin. The next coin that I picked up is this Sacagawea dollar, and here it is from the front, and then here it is from the back. I have 3 of these, but this one is different because this one has a different back on it, and it says Wampanoag Treaty, and then it says 1621 right under that, and I thought that was really cool. The next coin that I'm going to show you is the Susan B. Anthony dollar. This coin was minted in 1979, so there it is from the front, and there it is from the back. The next coin that I'm going to show you is the Statue of Liberty dollar, and there's something special about these coins because on the backs of them they have presidents. So for example, this is George Washington. He was the first president of the United States. This one is John Adams. He was the second president. There's Thomas Jefferson. He was the third president of the United States. And here's my last dollar, and that is John Tyler. He was the 10th president of the United States. So those are all my dollar coins, and now I'm about to move on to another coin. This is a buffalo nickel, and as you can see there's the front of it, and there's the back of it. The next coin that I'm going to show you is the bicentennial quarter, and these were minted in 1976, and at the bottom it shows the year that the United States gained its independence. So the US was 200 years old whenever this quarter was made, and here's the back of it. I've always thought those quarters were cool, and I have 23 of those. The next 2 coins that I'm about to show you are coins that I collect for my dad, and the first one I'm going to show you is the Tennessee state quarter, and as you can see the instruments, that is because Tennessee is known for music, and it is also the state that I live in. And then the second quarter is the Tennessee National Park quarter, and the national park in Tennessee is the Great Smoky Mountains, and I have been there, and it is a really cool place. And as you can see, I have a whole tube of them. And speaking of national park quarters, the quarter for Hawaii is my favorite because of the volcanoes. Another one of my favorite coins is the Kennedy half dollar. So that's John F. Kennedy on the front. He was one of my favorite presidents, and if my research is correct, the half dollars with John F. Kennedy on them started being made in 1963, which is when he was assassinated. And here's the back of the half dollar. The next coins that I'm going to show you are the territory quarters and the capital quarters. And the first one that I'm going to show is the capital quarter. The name of the capital is Washington, D.C., and D.C. stands for District of Columbia. So you could say either Washington, D.C. or Washington District of Columbia. The next quarter that I have is the National Park in Washington, D.C. And as you can see right above it, it says Frederick Douglass. So that was the 2 capital quarters. And now I'm about to show you the first territory quarter. And the first one that I'm showing is Puerto Rico. The next one I have is the U.S. Virgin Islands. And then the next coin is Guam. And then we have Northern Mariana Islands. And this is the last territory quarter, and this one is American Samoa. The quarters with the territories are very hard to find, but I only have 3 American Samoas. And back whenever I was trying to look for this quarter, this one took so long to find. So I'm glad I have this one now. And if I counted correctly, I believe I only have 3 Guams. So I'm really glad I have those 2. And the last quarter that I'm showing is the National Park in Puerto Rico, El Yunque. So that is all my territory and capital quarters. Now I'm about to move on to something else. And the last thing that I've got to show is this $2 bill. And I think this is one of my favorite bills from the US currency because there's so much detail on it. And this is the back of the dollar. So I believe that is all of my money collection. I would greatly appreciate it if you would like this video. Comment your thoughts down below, and it would mean the world to me if you would click the subscribe button. So I guess that ends the video. So goodbye, happy travels.